your mouth. Take a sip. We are trying vertical today because YouTube says we should. Welcome. If you're watching this afterwards and the vertical is really annoying, let me know and I'll switch back to the horizontal. I don't really like the vertical. I feel like there's too much space happening here. Move you closer. Now it's just weird. Anyway, welcome to Breakfast Live with Michele and Emrys as we chat about cruise stuff. Usually Princess Cruise news, but Princess hasn't really announced anything this week. So I don't really have that much to share with Princess stuff. So instead of just repeating the same stuff that I could be repeating, I'm like, let's talk about our own cruise plans because we have a lot going on. So breakfast today is oatmeal as usual for Emrys, but I have pizza. Pineapple on pizza. Does it belong on pizza? It sure does. We watch NASCAR and this is the final race weekend. And so yeah, we are... I get hair on my pizza. We ordered pizza for the race yesterday. And then there's a race today too. Anyway. Pizza's not like the easiest thing to eat during a live stream, apparently. Anyway, so future cruise plans that we are doing. So we are 2025 here. No, we're 2024 still. 2024 still. We still have 2 cruises left for this year. Technically, one runs into 2025. So we have our holiday cruise going from Fort Lauderdale. This is probably our last Fort Lauderdale cruise for the foreseeable future. It's a harder cruise port for us to get to. There's not direct flights for us here in Alberta. We fly from Calgary. So we just like direct flights. It's just not really great to have direct flights. So yeah, Fort Lauderdale is just not a great cruise port for us. So this will probably be our last one. We got a great deal on this cruise. Booked it as soon as it came out, and that's how I get great prices. But you gotta be able to plan ahead. So yeah, so that one is a back-to-back Eastern Western. We have not cruised over Christmas before. We cruised last year over New Year's, which was great. But I'm more excited to go on this one because this is on the Sky Princess, whereas that was on a cruise line that shall not be named. I mean, you can see it on the channel, but yeah, so we are doing a back-to-back Eastern Western. I have not done a Western before. This will be my first Western. This will be my millionth Eastern and a bunch of Easterns. We are hitting up Princess Key. Why are you so fussy today? You're so loud. Princess Key is our first stop, I think, with both the Eastern and the Western. So we leave from Fort Lauderdale. We go to Princess Key. We have booked a cabana because, wow, Princess cabana prices are amazing. Royal Caribbean is garbage with their pricing for their private island. Princess, no. And so we did book a cabana, which means we get priority embarkation, or tender, I mean. Hello. Priority tender operation because it is a tender port, so we get priority for that. I'm elite anyway, so we kind of get that anyway. And then we have our cabana for the day. Don't quite know what's all included in that other than there's like bottles of water and some pool floaties and stuff like that. So we are going to check that out for the first time. My brother has not been to Princess Key, and neither has my daughter. So I'm hoping there's life jackets because they do not have a pool there. They have a pool for kids, but you have to be toilet trained. Emrys, please don't shake the table. Which is always frustrating because my daughter has special needs. She will probably never be toilet trained. So we are going to try the ocean, which we have not tried before. We've swam in lakes, and my daughter likes swimming, but I would feel more comfortable if they have a life jacket for her. So yeah, so we're going to hit up Princess Key and hang out there for the day. I'm going to enjoy having a cabana and have like a home base while we're at the port. And then we leave from there, and I don't know what order we're doing stuff in. I can't remember, but we hit up Puerto Rico, San Juan on Christmas Day. I'm so excited. This is our favorite cruise port is Puerto Rico, the favorite Caribbean cruise port. We love the forts there. Really? And so I'm excited to take my daughter there. Nothing is open. The forts are closed. Everything is closed during Christmas. But our plan is to walk along the coast and walk to the one fort that we love. And so we will walk that way. We might live stream. We'll see. That's kind of what our plan is. I am investing in some cameras to help get more content for this channel and our other channel. If you're not subscribed, at Canada by Car, and you want to see some Canadian road tripping adventures, that's what our other channel is. So yeah, so we're gonna go head over to the forts, and then what is our other port? No, I can't remember where else we're going on. Oh, St. Thomas. St. Thomas is our other eastern port. Not a favorite port of mine. We'll walk around the cruise port a bit, check things out. We're not doing any excursions this cruise, which is strange, but that's because we have other cruises coming up that we want excursions for. So. And there's only so much money to go around. So we'll walk around the cruise port, check some stuff out. I heard there's a pirate museum at the port. I've been to this port multiple times, but not recently. So we'll see what we can do there and check that out. And then we head back to Fort Lauderdale, and this will be our first back-to-back cruise, so it'll be interesting to see what the back-to-back process is like. I'm super excited to see how that goes. It's also going to be super exciting to have like a very quick, like we are back on the ship early on embarkation day for that day. So having just like lots of time on the ship, it's basically going to be like a sea day, but like saying bye-bye to some people and having new people come on. So yeah, like that will be an interesting process to have. So I'm looking forward to that difference and seeing what the process is like, because we will be having another backpack cruise in the summer, but we are doing an excursion the day of the back-to-back. I'll talk about it later, but Emer's, you're so loud. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes, because we aren't doing any excursions in Fort Lauderdale. We've been to Fort Lauderdale multiple times. We've done excursions there. We want to just see what the process is like with the back-to-back lounge and checking that out. Really? Sorry, she's so loud today. I don't know. She's being herself. So then our second round, so the western part, we are hitting up Princess Key again. We are not booking a cabana. We don't have a cabana booked for the second one. And during the first one is when Christmas will be happening, and I'm not a holiday person. I'm not a fan of Christmas or holidays or anything like that, but I am excited to see how it is on the cruise ship. They have gifts for kids. I've heard like a little teddy bear is the gift. They have gingerbread making things. We bought matching pajamas. I bought matching pajamas for me and my daughter. Hello. Connor McDavid fan. We are Vancouver Canucks, and Edmonton slaughtered us last night. So anyway, so we are not booking a cabana for the second one. We are going to try to do it on our own. We're going to try to see what is accessible. My daughter can't walk unassisted for long periods of time, so we are going to see what is accessible at Princess Key without needing like a special wheelchair for it. We're just going to use her stroller, which we use as a wheelchair while it's still small enough. And so we don't have a cabana, so we don't technically get priority tender, but because I'm elite status, we will hopefully get elite tender, priority tender through that. But we might honestly just wait a little bit to see what probably wait to see like later in the day, let things happen first. Yeah, you are so loud today. Yes, you are. And then we hit up again, I don't know the port orders after this, but we hit up Grand Cayman, which again that one's a tender port. We don't have anything planned for that other than like the port area. I have some notes written down about the port area and things for us to check out. We were thinking of doing an excursion, but we're like, you know what? We don't need an excursion at these ports. We're just going to walk around and deal with it. Because like I said, we have a cruise coming up in the summer that we really want to do excursions for. And we have a group cruise in the spring that we want to do excursions for. So we're just going to walk around Grand Cayman a little bit and head back on the ship. We go to Jamaica on New Year's Day, so we are celebrating New Year's over this cruise, Jamaica on New Year's Day. Our plan is to walk around the cruise port a bit and walk to Margaritaville. I don't know that we'll stay at Margaritaville at all, because they don't really have anything vegan that me and my daughter can eat, but we'll see. And then we hit up Cozumel as well. I'm excited to go to this cruise port because the cruise port area looks really nice. We are thinking about getting a resort pass. There's a resort that is in the cruise port area that is within walking distance. So we're considering getting a resort pass, but we haven't decided yet. It'll kind of just depend on how we're feeling that day. Resort passes are kind of a waste for us because neither me nor my brother drink alcohol, and with me and my daughter, we have dietary restrictions. My brother is a very picky eater, so it doesn't always make sense to do resort passes. We did one in Aruba because it was super cheap, but honestly, like the cost of the resort pass plus the cost of taxis plus the cost of food, because food wasn't included, was kind of not really worth it for an hour in the pool. Which those vlogs will be coming out in the next couple weeks. We are wrapping up our Arctic Circle cruise vlogs right now. We have a couple more ports and then we're done. And then, yeah, so that, and then Cozumel, yeah, we're walking around. So we have 3 ports there, and then we're back to Fort Lauderdale and we'll be flying home. And so that wraps up our Christmas and New Year's cruise. I'm super excited for it. There's something magical about being on the ship during a holiday and like that camaraderie. We've done Halloween cruise before, we've done New Year's cruise before, and then this will be a Christmas and a New Year's cruise, so excited for that. And then coming up in the spring, we have our group cruise, which some of you might be on with us. And so that's actually going over Easter, so we get to celebrate another holiday on the cruise. So it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing with that, what kind of stuff. So that one is Mexican Riviera on the Discovery Princess. So we did this one last year over Christmas or over New Year's on Royal Caribbean. We were on Navigator of the Seas for that cruise, and it was just me and my daughter. So we're hitting up the same ports: Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. I'm not a huge fan of this itinerary, and I'm not sure that we'll do it again after this unless we do it as another group cruise. It's a nice, like, warm weather destination. It's a nice warm weather destination that allows us to have a warm weather cruise and get on a ship. And because it goes from LA, it's fairly easy from Calgary, pretty direct flight, and decent prices. So that one we are planning on doing excursions for. So I don't know what my brother's planning on doing because he has a friend coming. But me and my daughter, I already have plans for us. So in Cabo San Lucas, we are doing a whale watching tour. I'm excited to go out and do that with her. We don't know exactly, like, it's not whale watching season, but there's also like a sea lion colony. We might get some straggler whales that are just still in the area, but it's probably not going to see a ton of whales, but more just the wildlife and to see what else we can see on that cruise. And then Mazatlan, we are doing a she thinks she's so funny too. Mazatlan, we are doing a hop on and off bus. I don't know that we are going to hop off the bus at all. We might just be hopping on it and going around once or twice. But I might find one stop to get off on. Mazatlan's not the greatest right now. It never really is a great port in terms of safety, so hesitant to do too much there. But we are going to do that excursion because last time we didn't do any excursions when we did this cruise, so we didn't really see a ton other than like the cruise port area. And then Puerto Vallarta last time we didn't get off at all, and so this time we are. And I bookmarked a few different bus tours, so I'm not sure which bus tour we are going to do, but whatever one's easy and accessible, because I don't know that my brother's coming with me. So if it's just me and my daughter, it's a little bit harder with her mobility issues and stuff. So and we're not at the point yet that I'm booking accessible tours, just because I can transfer her to the bus and off the bus. It's just more finding the excursions that don't require a lot of walking for her or have stairs, because that's like impossible to do. And then coming up in the summer, we are doing our Mediterranean, 21-day Mediterranean on the Sun Princess. Super excited for that. She is so loud and driving me nuts. Now she's out of food, so she's gonna get louder. And so up like 17 different ports over that 21 days. Super excited for that. We don't have it. We're gonna try to do something at every port. Our goal is to either do an excursion. So like I was saying earlier, this is technically a back-to-back cruise. So we are doing a 10-day and then 11-day, and our turnover day is in Rome, or in, I can't remember how to pronounce the cruise port, but that is the day we are going on a bus tour to Rome. So we are not going to have that like back-to-back experience as much as we would have in like Fort Lauderdale. And so, so we're doing that excursion. We are doing a Pompeii excursion that we are choosing to not do the accessible one because you can only have 2 wheelchairs in there and then 2 companions. And I was like, I don't want to take up a whole van just for us when my daughter, we can transfer her. So we are not doing an accessible excursion for Pompeii. We're just going to try to see if they'll let us take the accessible paths while we are there. And then we are doing one in Turkey to some ruins. Yeah. I think we were just doing the 3 excursions. I feel like we had a 4th one too, but now I can't. With all the noise, I can't remember now. Maybe it was just the 3. Because I think we were thinking of doing one for Santorini, but we changed our mind. So the rest of the ports, we're going to kind of just do our own thing. A lot of the ports hop on and off buses, so we are going to do that and basically pick a stop to get off at. If there's more than one stop, we'll decide that. But we're going to look through the maps and see which stops we want to stop at. And then, and that's our 2025. 2026, we have our Alaska group cruise. We're doing a 1-week Alaska cruise on the Emerald Princess. And then we're doing 2 weeks on the Coral Princess on our own, north-south. So we're doing a side-by-side and then a back-to-back. And then 2027, we're planning, not currently booked or anything because they're not out yet, but we are planning on doing more Alaska. We're sticking to Alaska right now just because it is financially better for us. We also love Alaska. We love the colder weather cruises. We are not heat people, so we are going to die in Mediterranean. But we like that nature-based, relaxing feel to it. So 2027, we are going to do Alaska again. I think we're going to do 4 weeks in Alaska. I think we're going to do 2 north-south. So we're going to do a back-to-back in Alaska for 2027. We're also planning on doing, like I said, I do have the other Channel Canada by car, and it is our road trip. So we are probably going to try to do a road trip in 2027, potentially in 2026 as well. But 2027 for sure. And then 2028, I'm hoping to get back to Europe to celebrate my daughter's 10th birthday. So she will be elite during this cruise, or she will earn her eliteness during that time. So I am hoping that we will go back to Europe and we will do, I want to do Scandinavia, and I want to do a British Isles, and I potentially want to do Iceland and Greenland. So those are kind of the ones we're thinking of for 2028, but obviously nothing's set in stone yet. But if we have to, maybe we'll just do more Alaska. At this time, we're not planning on doing any more spring break or Christmas cruises. We are hoping at some point I can take time off work so we can do Hawaii and Panama Canal. But I'm going to go because this is driving me crazy, so it must be so loud for you guys. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And if you're watching this after, I am sorry for the noise. And I really don't like vertical. So I probably won't do that again. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye. Say bye-bye.